Great, so I've been talking for like 15 minutes and I wasn't even recording. Hey guys, it's Sam and welcome back to my channel. Today I have this huge makeup haul for you guys, or at least I think this is huge. I actually have never bought this much stuff like in such a short amount of time. Usually whenever I go shopping, like I buy a couple of things and I let them accumulate over a certain period of time. So I did buy a lot of things and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I got some stuff mostly from Ulta. Then I also got a couple of things from Target, Sephora, and Makeup Geek. I have a feeling this might be a long video, so let's just get into it. So I guess I'll just start off with Target. I just went ahead and I got a new Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. This is actually what I used for my primer, and of course I jumped on the bandwagon when Nikki Tutorials was raving about it. Next, I got this NYC Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzer. Next, moving on to Sephora. The first thing I bought was something that I've been wanting to buy for a really long time, and that is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Next, I just had to buy a new beauty blender, so I bought the black one. I have bought beauty blenders before, but they've both been pink. So I wanted to try out the black one just because like I heard that it was better. And of course I just got a bunch of samples from them. Now moving on to my first Ulta order. The first thing I got was this NYX Strobe of Genius highlighter palette. I really wanted to try more highlighters just because the only highlighters that I've ever really owned have been the ones that are inside of the Carly Bible palette. This one actually comes with 7 highlighters and I could only use 3 of the 4 highlighters in the Carly Bible palette. So this is what it looks like. The next things I got from Ulta were actually 2 foundations. I bought another one of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundations. This time I got it in the shade, like 1 shade lighter, just because I felt like the other one was too dark for me. But now I did try this one out because I got this shipment about a week ago. Just so you guys know, by the way, I have used most of these products. The only products I haven't used are the ones that are still in their boxes. I did have 105 and I got shade 104, but I realized that this one is a bit pinker than 105 is, so it actually doesn't really work out that well for me. But you guys will see with something that I bought later on that I kind of made 105 work for me, so I think I might just exchange this one for 105 instead. I also got the Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and I got the shade 205, which is actually a pretty good match for me. I'm wearing it today, and I don't notice that it's like crazy different from my neck. The next thing I got was this NYX HD Concealer in the shade Fair. So this is just my everyday concealer, and you guys, this concealer is such a lifesaver. I've always had a problem with concealers like creasing underneath my eyes. So every single time that I would wear a concealer, no matter like with how much powder I used to set it, unless I bake, it always creases. And even then, some concealers still crease on me. But this concealer in conjunction with the powder that I'm about to show you has honestly been the best thing that happened to my makeup routine. Next, what I used to set that concealer is I use the NYX HD Finishing Powder in the shade Banana. If you haven't been able to tell yet, I'm actually a pretty huge NYX fan, NYX Cosmetics fan. This is a pretty good powder in my opinion. It sets my concealer really well. It doesn't really crease. Now, one thing I will say about this powder though is that I used to hate it with a burning passion, because when I first started using it, I used it with my Real Techniques contour brush to set underneath my eyes, and it would make my eyes really dry, like underneath my eyes. Like it would look really cakey, and I would get like little like white dots, and like sometimes it will like accentuate dry patches or even create dry patches. But then once I started using it with a beauty blender, it actually got a lot better. So if you ever hate a product, just try using it with a different tool, because oftentimes it might be the tools that you're using that's making it look bad than the product itself. Next from Ulta, I got these 2 NYX Pro Foundation mixers, one in white and one in warmth. I basically got this one because honestly I can never ever find a foundation that's my shade. The biggest problems I encounter though are when it's too dark or when it's too like pink toned, even when it's meant to be yellow toned. So I wanted to get this one for when my foundation is too dark. I have tried this out before, and this is actually how I made the shade 105 work for the Pro Matte foundation. Then I also got the warmth foundation mixer. I did try this one out, and I do think I'm going to return it just because it's orange. Now obviously like it's going to be orange, the actual packaging is orange. Like I knew when I saw it online that it was going to be orange, but then when you apply it to your foundation, I actually used it to mix with the 104. It kind of made it even pinker, just because obviously when you make orange you need red and yellow in it. I kind of wish that they would just make one that's just yellow. Next from Ulta, I got these 2 Real Techniques little Miracle Complexion sponges. The last thing I got from this order, besides a bunch of samples, is this Palladio rice powder. The next thing I'm going to show you I actually got off of Amazon, just because that's where I found it the cheapest. But I got this Z palette. It's just the large one. It's from the Sunset collection, I think is what it's called. In case you don't know what a Z palette is, it's basically just like this magnetic palette where you can put like eyeshadow singles or like blush singles or really like anything. You just depot your makeup and just put it in here just to keep everything in one place. And I actually got this because I got a bunch of Makeup Geek eyeshadows for the first time ever. So the first shade I got is called Cocoa Bear, and the sun is setting, you guys. By the way, my lighting might get really bad in a second. So it's just this brown color right here. The next shade I got was Creme Brulee. Looks like that right there. Okay guys, so my camera actually died. It's a couple hours later. It is now 9:26 p.m. The sun is completely set. I'm basically just using a shit ton of lamps, hoping and praying that this works out. I painted my nails, by the way, so if they look a certain way, they're kind of ratchet now just because my nails are really fucked up. But anyway, the next Makeup Geek eyeshadow shade that I got was Peach Smoothie. Now, I was really hesitant to grab this one just because like I thought that it would be too close to my skin tone, and I actually haven't swatched it yet. It is very close to like my hand shade. I don't know what it's going to look like on my eye. Hopefully it kind of shows up. The next Makeup Geek eyeshadow that I got was the color Rapunzel. Yeah, I basically just got it because I thought it would be a great brow bone highlight. And then lastly, I got the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in the shade Grandstand. When I saw it on Pinterest, it looked absolutely gorgeous to me. Like, oh my god, you guys. Like, I was not expecting that at all. Like, this is so beautiful. Like, I am way too excited to use this. I also got a couple of Anastasia. The first eyeshadow that I received was actually in my first shipment of 2 for the same order. And I got the shade Peach Sorbet. I feel like good gold colors are really hard to come by, so... I mean, okay, well I just swatched that directly on top of Peach Sorbet, so hold on. Or Peach Smoothie. And the gold, I really don't know if you guys can see that, but it's not as gold as I thought it would be. Next from that shipment, I got this NYX Retractable Eyeliner in the color Bronze. Next, I've been dying to try this Mario Badescu like facial spray, which is like their rose water facial spray. And the last 2 things besides samples that I got in this shipment were these 2 NYX butter glosses. The first one that I got was the shade Tiramisu. Now, I think that this is a gorgeous nude color. I've already worn it a couple times. And then I also got the NYX butter gloss in the shade Maple Blondie. Now, moving on to my last shipment. The first things I see in here are the rest of my Anastasia single eyeshadows. So the first eyeshadow is in the shade Fawn. Like I said earlier, like I was really just looking for like good basic neutral colors, not only from Makeup Geek, but from Anastasia as well. I'm just going to swatch this one for you on my right hand. And that's it right there. The next color I got was the color Fudge. And the last shade I got was the color Burnt Orange. I definitely see that a lot of like Instagram makeup pages tag this in their like eye makeup looks. So I feel like it's a very good like basic color to have in your collection just because it seems like it's really versatile. Next I got my last NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. Alright, so I got this color because it looked like a really nice like natural pink color. The next thing I got was this NYX Slim Lip Pencil in the color Peekaboo Neutral. So I've been wanting to try this lip liner for a while too. Honestly, this is such a beautiful color. I feel like this is going to look great under like so many lipsticks and lip glosses that I have. And lastly, now that this haul is coming to an end, the last thing that I got was actually this Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. But yeah, I think that's all, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any of these products, let me know how you like them. And if you have any products that you think I should try out, definitely leave that in the comments below. But as I was saying, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more videos like these and actually see these products in action. I'm sure you guys would love to see tutorials actually using these products. And be sure to leave a comment down below what tutorial you do want to see. I am thinking about doing my everyday makeup tutorial, but if there's something that you guys would rather see, definitely let me know. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.